You know what's fascinating? People think dimensions are somewhere out there in space. But actually, every morning you choose which dimension to spend your day in. Picture this. Your consciousness is like a radio. Most people spend their entire lives listening to one station, the same news frequency with the same fears, the same limitations. And they think that's all the music that exists. But you just need to turn the tuning dial. Yesterday, I met this guy. Regular person, works in an office. He tells me, 3 months ago, something clicked in his head, like someone turned on a light in a dark room. Now he sees connections between events that used to seem random. He sees how his thoughts influence what happens around him. Not magic. He just started noticing what was always there. Most people are stuck in the dimension of problems, where every day is a struggle for survival, where everything is limited, where there's never enough time, money, opportunities, where the future is just a continuation of the past, only worse. But there's another dimension. The dimension of possibilities, where your thoughts become your reality, where coincidences aren't accidents, but the way the world talks to you, where every person you meet, every event, it's all part of your development. Here's the most interesting part. Switching between dimensions happens in your mind, in how you look at the world, in what you believe about yourself and your possibilities. Most people live their entire lives on one frequency. They wake up, check their phone for problems, go to work thinking about what's wrong, come home worrying about tomorrow. Same channel, same programming, same results. But consciousness works like a radio telescope. It can pick up signals from different realities, different possibilities. The question is, are you tuned to scarcity or abundance? To fear or curiosity? To limitation or expansion? Think about the last time something amazing happened to you. Something that felt like magic, like the universe was conspiring in your favor. Remember that feeling? That wasn't luck. That was you accidentally tuning into a higher frequency of reality. The thing is, reality isn't one solid thing. It's more like layers of possibility stacked on top of each other. Most people live in the basement layer, the dimension of survival, stress, and struggle. But there are floors above that most never visit. In the second dimension, you start seeing patterns. You notice that when you're in a good mood, good things happen. When you expect problems, they show up. You begin to understand that your internal state affects your external world. The third dimension is where it gets interesting. This is where you realize that thoughts are things, that your imagination isn't separate from reality. It's the blueprint for it. You start deliberately choosing what to focus on, knowing it will shape what you experience. But the fourth dimension, that's where most people think it's impossible to go. This is where you understand that time isn't linear, that all possibilities exist simultaneously, and you can shift between them at will. This is mental reality shifting. I know someone who figured this out by accident. She was going through a terrible time, lost her job, relationship ended, everything falling apart. One morning she woke up and instead of immediately thinking about her problems, she imagined what her life would feel like if everything was perfect. Not just visualizing, actually feeling it. The relief, the excitement, the gratitude. She spent 20 minutes in that state before getting out of bed. That day, 3 unexpected opportunities showed up. A friend called with a job lead. Her ex reached out to apologize and suggest they try again. She found money she'd forgotten about. Coincidence? She tried it again the next day. Same thing happened. She realized she'd been living in the dimension where problems pile up because that's where she was broadcasting from. When she changed her frequency, she started receiving different signals. The secret isn't positive thinking. That's just surface level. The secret is understanding that your consciousness is like a tuning fork. Whatever frequency you vibrate at, you attract experiences that match that vibration. Most people's tuning fork is stuck on anxiety. They wake up worried, spend the day stressed, go to sleep concerned. So they keep attracting experiences that match. More things to worry about, more stress, more reasons for concern. But you can retune yourself. You can choose to vibrate at the frequency of curiosity instead of fear, of possibility instead of limitation, of excitement instead of dread. Here's how it works practically. Your brain is constantly scanning for evidence to support whatever you believe. If you believe life is hard, your brain will highlight every difficulty and ignore every ease. If you believe opportunities are everywhere, your brain will spotlight possibilities you never noticed before. This isn't wishful thinking. This is how perception works. Your attention is like a spotlight, and whatever you shine it on becomes your reality. Technical moment. If what you're hearing right now resonates with you, hit subscribe. It shows that this information is valuable. The higher dimensions aren't places you go. They're ways of being. They're available right now, in this moment. The only thing separating you from them is the story you tell yourself about what's possible. Most people's story is, I'm just trying to get by. Life is hard. Good things happen to other people, not me. That story keeps them locked in the lower dimensions. But you can rewrite that story. You can choose to believe, I'm here to experience amazing things. The universe is friendly. Opportunities are constantly flowing toward me. When you truly believe that, not just think it, but feel it in your bones, your whole world reorganizes itself to match. I've seen it happen hundreds of times. Person changes their internal frequency, and within weeks, their external circumstances shift dramatically. New job offers, unexpected money, perfect relationships, health improvements, all because they started broadcasting from a different dimension. The technique is simpler than you think. Every morning, before you check your phone or think about your problems, spend 15 minutes feeling what you want your life to feel like. Not visualizing, feeling. Feel grateful for things that haven't happened yet. Feel excited about possibilities that don't exist yet. Feel proud of accomplishments you haven't achieved yet. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what you're imagining and what's real. It just responds to the emotional signature you're sending out. When you consistently broadcast from the frequency of having what you want, reality starts rearranging itself to match. This isn't fantasy. Quantum physics shows us that the observer affects what's observed. Your consciousness isn't separate from reality. It's the creative force behind it. Most people observe their current circumstances and feel disappointed. Then they wonder why their circumstances never change. They're stuck in a loop, using their current reality to create more of the same. But when you start observing from the dimension you want to live in, you begin creating from there instead. The shift happens in layers. First, you notice your thoughts. Then you realize you can choose them. Then you understand that your chosen thoughts create your experienced reality. That's when everything changes. When you realize you're not a victim of circumstances, you're the author of them. Your imagination isn't escape from reality. It's the control room of reality. Every time you clearly imagine something and feel it as real, you're issuing instructions to the universe about what to create next. Most people use their imagination to worry. They vividly picture everything that could go wrong. Then they wonder why so many things go wrong. They're accidentally using the power of their mind against themselves. But you can flip that. Use your imagination to picture everything going right. Feel yourself succeeding, thriving, experiencing joy. Make it so vivid and real that your body responds as if it's already happening. When you do this consistently, something remarkable occurs. The gap between imagination and reality starts closing. Things you imagined begin manifesting in your physical world. It's not magic. It's how consciousness works. You're always creating your reality through your thoughts and feelings. The question is, are you doing it consciously or unconsciously? Most people create unconsciously through their default patterns of worry, doubt, and limitation. But you can learn to create consciously through deliberate focus on what you actually want to experience. The higher dimensions aren't rewards for being good enough. They're your natural state when you remove the mental barriers that keep you locked in lower frequencies. Every limitation you experience exists first in your mind. Every possibility you can imagine is available to you right now. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is the decision to stop living from your current circumstances and start living from your desired reality. This is how you access higher dimensions. You stop waiting for your external world to change, and you start changing your internal world first. You stop reacting to what is and start responding from what could be. If this video changed something in you, write in the comments, "I choose higher frequencies." Write it as your promise to yourself. Nobody